Go back and do Superman 4.
Never say never again. Yes, Sean Connery found that out, didn't he?
Yeah.
So you can't make promises. The problem is that you can do James Bond. Well, you send him to the health farm and play him 50, whatever. But Superman, there's something about the paunch and the tights and the red boots that wouldn't make it. I think the statute of limitations has run out on my playing Superman past
You think
about now.
You think the old body is falling apart?
I think maybe it is. Yes, it's falling apart in that certain kind of macho muscle builder way, you know? Because I don't do anything heavier than lift a wine glass now, you know?
But did you have to work very hard at the pectorals?
Yeah, I was in the gym every night, 7 days a week for 2 hours. And just a guy named Dave Prowse, who's the Green Cross man.
Green Goddess.
Right. No, that's somebody else. I've seen her. She looks a lot better than Dave Prowse.
Sometimes with Americans I can get away with things like that, but you're an Anglophile. You know what goes on here. So he taught you how to get your body.
Yeah,
were you a 7-stone weakling before that?
13.5 stone weakling. Yes. But he showed up on the first day and said, right, do these. And then he took another job and went off to Tunisia. And later on, when he took the credit for it, deserved, but nevertheless, I had to go to the gym and do all the work. And it was something that I find really grotesque. I think a lot of sweaty guys staring at themselves in the mirror and is like really disgusting. So I won't have any of that. I mean,
the old pumping iron. You didn't have pump the iron?
No. I sail a boat and ski down a hill and fly a glider, and I flew my plane across the ocean one time. I lost more weight flying my plane alone, meaning solo. Every time I say I flew my plane alone, they always say, who went with you? I said, no, alone, across the Atlantic. Mind you, this wasn't Lindbergh, but the sheer terror factor on a couple of legs of that trip, I lost more weight doing that than I ever did in the gym. I was on a leg across from Iceland, aiming for Glasgow via the Outer Hebrides. Everything was going well, except I suddenly realized that 3.5 hours out of a 5-hour trip and the Outer Hebrides were not appearing anywhere near where they were supposed to. And while I could hear Scottish control, they couldn't hear me. And I suddenly thought, I wonder, well, Europe's a big place. Let's get out the map. Let's see where we might be here. Anywhere on the board to win, right? So I took a look and I said, well, maybe I went to Ireland. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm in Ireland. So I call up Irish control, and sure enough, I'm 50 miles west of Shannon. I said, well, you know, the accent's a little different, but, you know, what the heck, I'll give it a try. So I went in and landed at Shannon and thought no more about it. However, the press was waiting in Glasgow. And they'd had the TV crews out, and they had the magazines and the papers and the on-the-spot to catch Superman flying across the Atlantic, landing in Glasgow. And when I missed and ended up in Ireland, they had a field day. They took me
You do pursue the macho things, though, the flying and all that stuff, even if the old muscles are beginning to collapse a bit.
I didn't know that. I don't know. Maybe flying's macho. I've never thought of it as such, because macho to me is a deliberate sort of flaunting of masculinity as a kind of way to keep women separate. And I think that one of the things that's nice about flying, particularly flying antique planes that I do and gliders and stuff, is it brings people together. Flying is about families. It's about boyfriends and girlfriends. It's about taking your grandmother up. It's not it's not that old flyboy from the war kind of thing anymore.
Would you like to see yourself in the leather thing with the glasses?
I just did a movie, as a matter of fact, called The Aviator, in which I fly a 1926 Stearman. I think it's the first time that an actor's done his own flying. They used to let Steve McQueen drive his own motorcycle.
So you do your own stunts?
But yeah, I did everything except the part where it says it flies through the trees, the wings come off, and crashes in a heap. I did everything except that bit. I'll let someone else do that.
Yeah. People do say that you're no fun anymore. You won't try these things.
No. I'm a dead bore.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Christopher.
Okay.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.